Well, it's happened again. Another screechingly slow sales week. Let's talk about it. Hi everybody, my name is Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. You heard that right. This week was beyond slow. It didn't even meet my halfway to my goal, and I only have myself to blame. So we're going to talk about what sold and what I'm going to do to try to kickstart my sales again in the next week. Hi everybody, my name is Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. I am a reselling homeschooling mom that flips things on eBay and Etsy from garage sales, estate sales, and thrift stores to help support my family. And today we are going to talk about the sales from last week. I set a goal every week to try to make $200 a week from my eBay and Etsy sales as part of my budget. And this past week, I think it came out to about $98. That's before fees. So truly after fees and everything, we'd probably be looking at closer to maybe $80 or something, maybe even a little bit less than that. So I try, when I have weeks like this one, I try to look at the big picture because previous weeks I've done really well, making maybe double that. So $400, $500 in that week, which thankfully really does save my bacon. And yeah, but it's still good to keep your eye on the prize, to keep your eye on that goal, because when I have a week like this, it gives me the opportunity to reflect on what maybe I have been slacking on and go pick up the pace, because I don't want to have another week like this. So I'm going to share with you the things that sold this week, and then we'll talk about the 4 or 5 things that I'm actively going to do to my eBay store to try to get my sales kickstarted again. The first item that sold, I picked up at the Goodwill Outlet. It's this Professor Noggins National Parks card game. I recognize this brand because as a homeschooler, it's kind of like a Trivial Pursuit trivia type game for different categories. So national parks, we've got ones on American history, all different ones that come in many different categories and subjects. So Professor Noggins I recognized, so I picked it up. It was about $1 because it was maybe a little less than a pound, and it sold. I took an offer of $14 on this game. So after fees and everything, because the buyer does pay shipping, but after fees and everything, I'm guessing my profit would have been around $12. I would have to pull up the eBay calculator to find out the exact net profit, but estimating about $12 or so. My next sale was this Finding Nemo mug that I got at the Goodwill Outlet as well. So it cost me about 10 cents because breakable items there are 20 items for $1.99. And I took an offer of $30 on this Finding Nemo Seagulls mug. It was a hard one to sell because I really thought it was really cute, but $30 is a really great sale. So after shipping and fees and all that, probably around $25 for the profit. My next sale were these Vogue black faceted clip-on earrings, and they sold for $20. I've had these listed for a long time. So $20, that's a good sale. So the next item I sold was this ring that I actually got when I was trying to source from Wish. If you guys saw that video from a while back, it was not a great plan, but I figured it was worth a try because getting inventory for a low price is just the way to go, right? You want to try to find a low ROI, something you can buy cheap and flip for a good profit. Now this one did sell for a good profit, comparatively speaking. It sold for $9 and it probably cost me about 50 cents. So it was a good profit, but I think I've only sold, of all of the Wish rings that I got, maybe 2 of them so far. So it has not been a great, wouldn't be a great business plan to go in that way. My next sale was this colorful glass cube, like mosaic stretchy bracelet. I thought it was really pretty when I got it, and I listed it for $14.99. I think it cost me about $1 at a garage sale, but it sold. I took an offer of $12 on it. I mean, it's still a fair profit, still probably about a $8 or $9 profit after everything's said and done. So, I mean, it took a while, but it was an okay profit. And the last sale from eBay this week was this shilling baseball, like pinball game that I bought for $1, and I also took an offer of $12 on this. So with my 6 sales on eBay this week and 0 on Etsy, my gross profit is $97. Now after fees and everything, I said probably going to be closer to maybe $85, something like that. But nowhere near the 200 that I aim for every week. Now, I did have a sale come through from one of my videos when I was talking about my shame video for not listing higher ticket items, and I have a viewer that has purchased the gold earrings from that video. They're sitting on my table here because I need to ship them out. So that just sold yesterday, and they sold for $100, but that includes the shipping, so that will probably bring me in another maybe like $80, $85, something like that after shipping and everything. So still a little shy of my $200. Here are some takeaways before I dive into what I'm going to do. Takeaways. 1, I am glad and grateful that I had these sales, first of all. Second, it goes to show that small sales can add up. I know that there are people that will say, really you should just be looking for higher ticket items. And of course, that would be wonderful if that's all I could find. Of course, that's all I would list. But that being said, if I hadn't listed some of these smaller sale items to get that much profit, I wouldn't have had anything. So I'm grateful that I had these 6 sales, even if some of them only brought in $10 as profit. The winner this week was for sure that mug. So I'm still loving and picking up mugs, loving to flip those. But let's talk about some realities. What am I going to do this week, starting last night actually, to start trying to kickstart some more sales and get that ball rolling again for this coming week? The first thing that I'm going to make sure that I'm doing, if not once a day, twice a day, is to go through my active listings and come over to my quick filters and make sure that I have sent all the eligible offers I can. So I just did this a few minutes ago. See where it says send offers right here? It'll say available to send or something like that. So this shows that I sent 37 offers just recently. 37 of them are out there. So crossing fingers that somebody picks up on one of those and purchases the item with the offer I sent. My second tip to myself is to make sure that I'm listing at least 5 items a day, if not more. Now, I don't want to say slack off, but life happens, and I didn't get to list as much this past week as I had been in prior weeks. So I definitely wasn't listing my 5 items a day. Just other things were taking priority, and so I think that really affected my sales. So I did get 2 things listed last night. My internet was acting really wackadoodle, so I got 2 things, maybe 3, no 4. I had a few things that I listed last night. Okay, my Ewok Village didn't sell on auction, so I made sure I relisted it as a buy it now. I listed a couple other things that I was waiting on listing. So anyway, got some more things listed. I've got plenty of photographs taken, and I figure if I'm not listing what I've got photographed, I need to be taking new photos so that I've constantly got a good bunch of things ready to go when I'm out and about and I'm not sitting someplace with my kids and I have nothing to list. The next thing that I want to make sure of is to check my shipping on my items, because you guys have helped me a few times and I've caught myself doing it as well, that I'll get into a groove of just listing things and I'll put in the weight, but I won't make sure that I select on that drop down whether I'm choosing first class or priority. And if the item I listed was a priority shipped item right before this one, for some reason that's what gets saved on my next, list another item, and it just remembers that that's what I used on the last one. And if I just plug in 4 ounces and don't change it from priority to first class shipping, then it's going to look like I want $7.50 to ship this brooch. So I need to go back in and change that and make sure that I have it under first class so that when someone's looking at this item, they think, oh my gosh, it's $44. But then also like almost $8 to ship it. Wait a minute. So making sure that the shipping is the correct way to ship. But I'm guilty of doing that because I just get into a groove when I start listing things. So I need to go through and check all my listings and make sure that I have it set first class for a first class item and priority for a priority item. And the last thing I was going to talk about, I was really thinking I was just going to update something, but then I found something that I didn't realize that I had let lag, was I try to keep a sale going in my store at all times. And I thought I had set this sale, this promotion, to go for a number of months. And my suggestion to myself and to you was going to be go in, stop the sale, create a new one, maybe for a different amount, and get it going again. But when I came in to my, right up here it says marketing and markdown sales, and I scrolled down to see what my sale was and what I was going to change it to, I noticed that it ended back in November. I've been so busy doing other things, just listing, that I didn't, and I really thought it was just already on there, that I had it going for longer than that, but apparently not. So I need to go in and create a new sale. But if I had one going, then I would be stopping it and restarting a new one just to kind of freshen things up. So I'm going to come back through and create another markdown sale. You can do this across your whole store. You can choose specific items. You can do 10% off jewelry, 20% off mugs, and do it differently for all different items in your store. Those are totally valid ways to start jump-starting sales in your store as well. If you have some other tips for what you would do if you were in my situation, please leave a comment down below, because whether this is your week or not, you're going to be there at some point. Another thing I thought I might do is that I've got some things that I've been hanging on to that I thought I might put into a garage sale, and I might go ahead and try to flip them on the local Facebook marketplace. I've got some kids' rockers that I got at the bins, and I've got a few other things that I can try to flip locally to try to make some cash, just to have cash on hand. Go down there, leave me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and if you thought I could do something better, leave me a thumbs down and a comment and let me know what it was. I really appreciate all your feedback, and I will talk to you on the next one. Thanks so much for coming to hang out. Bye.